Right then, guys, hello and welcome. This is going to be Claire B of the Seamless HD project, and I'm very pleased to say that we are joined by, forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, Kayael, who is the chap responsible for the HD textures themselves. So he's going to be answering questions if you've got any about any of the backgrounds, and hopefully giving us a bit of insight into how the project came along. So again, if you spot something you want me to stop and look at, and we'll compare and contrast, and let me know. If I sound a bit weird tonight or a bit high, let me know as well, because we're on a bit of a new setup tonight. Made a bit of a couple of purchases in the Prime Day sales, so we'll see how we do. Let's get going. Since last time, I have installed the FMV pack as well, so we will have considerably better cinemas this time.
In the midst of the T-virus outbreak in Raccoon City, Leon Kennedy succeeded in escaping from the city following his encounter with one of the only other survivors.
Hello JC Westgate and hello Kayael. Please tell me if I'm saying that wrong.
G-virus. However, Leon was not the sole survivor of the incident. A girl named Claire Redfield was in town on business of her own. She came to uncover the mysterious circumstances of her brother's disappearance. Chris Redfield, a member of the STARS Alpha team. Only now her mission has become quite simple. Basic survival within the nightmare that was once Raccoon City.
So with the FMV pack installed, you can actually see there's a massive difference here. It does improve the visuals quite considerably.
Guy's a maniac. Why'd he bite me?
So far so good, I hope. I've got to give it to you guys as well, because I actually loaded up the Source Next version last night just to have a look at how it compared, and although obviously the cinemas, the FMVs in the Source Next version are, you know, reference quality, the backgrounds look very rough now. Now we've been spoiled. The FMV pack is a separate download, and it's quite large for this game. I think it's about 3, nearly 4 gig. But it's a vast improvement from the standard ones on the disc.
Wait! Don't shoot!
Get down! We can't stay out here. Head to the police station. It'll be a lot safer. There! Buckle up.
Okay. What's going on? I arrived in town, and the whole place went insane.
The radio's out.
You're a cop, right?
Yeah, first day on the job. Great, huh? Name's Leon Kennedy. Nice to meet you.
Mine's Claire. Claire Redfield. I came to find my brother, Chris.
I suppose that would be the icing on the cake, because with some of the additions, like the 180 turn to the Source Next version and things that Ari Behind the Mask has done,
There's a gun
Loboto
inside.
3 I think his username is. Yeah, that these backgrounds with that version of the game would be undoubtedly the definitive version of the game. But right now, you guys have got it with this.
You okay?
Still in one piece.
Maniac's gonna ram us! Run!
Ah, of course, yeah.
Claire!
Leon!
I'm okay. Head to the station. I'll meet you there.
Okay!
Hello, Kendo. Three make, two make. Hello, mate. How you doing? I see the signs here have been made actually eligible. Oh, bear with it. There we go. That was a heavier transition that it usually takes. I think that was the feeling and the hit of the FMVs there. So Kayael, JC Wesco is in the chat here as Johnny CX86. He was asking me where the actual art comes from for that poster that you showed me, that you've used for the portraits. I did not know where the actual original portrait came from. The one that's used here.
Hey! Get over here! Hurry! I can't set her down.
The Last Days of Elliot Edwards. Edward. Hello, Nick. How art thou? Hope you like the slightly newer setup. If you've got any questions for Kayael, Nick, he is the HD texture designer. He is in the chat now. Forgive me, guys, as well. I'm just going to do a couple of saves. As you know, I'm a bit dubious about the emulation. It's failed on me a couple of times in other games, so I get a bit concerned that we're going to lose loads of progress. I will not bail, because if you look at the bottom right hand corner, it links directly to the Project Umbrella stuff. I would not do that to you, Nick. The only reason I've got an audience is because I'm on the podcast. I've gone the wrong way. Gone the wrong way. Stars Kendo is a quality name. For anyone who's ever wondered, the stars in my name came from the fact that in the late 90s, when the internet took off, I was actually in a Team Fortress clan called Stars, and obviously Tyrant was the name I'd picked for myself. That's amazing. The shop. Yeah, when I went back to when I was just saying to people earlier in the stream, I went back to the Source Next version last night just to do a straight comparison, and you don't realise how rough the backgrounds look now. Now we've got like a point of reference, which is this. We've got a bit of a loading delay on the transitions tonight, and I assume, Kayael, this is because we've used the FMV pack. Being quite resource heavy. I still prefer this look to Remake 2's. Yeah, I think I said in Leon A, you can tell the Back to the Future photo in the Stars office is now actually sourced from the original photo. Dolph Lundgren Tyrant. I know quite a few of the guys are excited to see the Irons office, so we'll try to get there in haste. Actually, don't need to pick these up. Yeah. This is all I ever wanted. Just, you know, dramatically improved backgrounds, but, you know, in keeping with the original design of the game. I think that's all anyone really wanted. Hello, Aaron. Thank you for joining us. That was unlucky. I should wind up. Oh. Sorry. That was sufficiently poor. In fact, I don't even need to be here yet. I don't know what I'm doing. The great thing about pre-rendered backgrounds is when they finally look like this, or of the quality of like Remake or Zero, they actually don't age. You know, 3D graphics will age over time, irrespective of how good they are. But well-drawn art will always look good. This is why I think things like pixel art have such an endearing quality to them. So in the case of like this this revised logo in the background there, was it someone's task to actually redraw that? Or have you sourced it from somewhere? Oh, cool. Oh, very good. Is that from one of the betas then? I know this one would be an interesting one. Is how did you find a basketball image that was so close to the original? Sorry about these slightly long loading pauses. There we go. And I think, let me, on behalf of everybody, thank you for this. This was a bit of a wish come true for many of us when we did it, discovered it live on stream the other night. We had to sort of actively stop what we were doing and just take a moment. So yeah, thank you very much. It was an awesome thing to see. very, very good, JC. I hate it when you overshoot like that. I know people always say, "Why do you do it this way instead of doing it the other way?" It's just more of trying to get it right. It's like a little challenge for myself. I did it. This was one of the early ones I noticed that the text was updated. I can imagine that just looks like melted writing, does it, when you actually let the upscaler do its work. It's music time.
Leon!
It's good to see you're still among the living. It looks like we're not gonna find your brother here after all. There's no reason for us to stay any longer than necessary. Let's split up, look for any survivors,
It really won't.
and get out of here.
Right.
One last thing. Here's a radio. Take it. That way we can keep in touch if anything happens.
So again, we know the Stars logo was changed here. And then, I see there was a conversation actually on the Discord that for Resident Evil 3, the Seamless HD project, you guys used the Stars photo from this, from Resident Evil 2. Or is there any reason behind that? I don't know whether is it slightly higher quality or. Hey CC. And there for you guys is the Back to the Future photo. Oh, okay. I hit the door instead of the fax machine, never mind. You serious? I never use the power cords, and I should do really. I just can't believe how it can literally extract detail where there seems to be none originally. And that was the main thing that stood out when we did the lab a couple of nights ago. It's like there's certain details in the floor and the walls that you can't see when you look at the original art. So how the upscaler was able to extract it and almost create detail that wasn't there is phenomenally impressive. I'm not going to rib about the 1969 tonight, guys. So if I'm being respectfully quiet, I've spoken to Kayael about it and apologised if I was overly harsh. From inside, of course. Hello, Batman. Nice to see you. Hope you're alright. When you run these images through the AI upscaler, then is there like, does it take quite a while, or is it quite a fast process? Oh, that's not bad at all. I also like the fact that you guys didn't reverse the police text there. I like that little touch. I like the fact that you kept some of the original quirks in. I mean, how the hell the upscaler, particularly on the second shelf up from bottom, can actually work out where the seams and the lines are between each of the folders is just, it's crazy. But there we go. We have a filing cabinet of folders. A shelf, not a filing cabinet. Um, I'll say, I mean, I know we're not on Resident Evil 3 now, but I will say, in case you're not able to join us for Resident Evil 3, absolutely genius putting the original Jill actress and the, you know, like the hand-drawn art of Brad on their stars cards. Oh man, I forgot how much Scenario B repopulates the station at times. Actually, I think this is just the zombie, isn't it? It's not the tyrant. Yeah, zombie. Nearly time for the chief's office. I think I'm right in thinking that the photo that's there, that is Buford Tannen, isn't it, from Back to the Future 3? Yeah, it's hard to think that when like this game came out, Back to the Future 3 wasn't even 10 years old, and you know now it's 30. It's amazing how quickly this last 20 years has gone. I'm sure I will have done Kendo. Is it one of the trailers that's on the Director's Cut Complete disc? Just doing a save state, guys. Just bear with. There we go. There you go then, guys.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I thought you were another one of those zombies.
Are you Chief Irons?
Yes, that's me. And just who are you? No, don't bother telling me. It makes no difference. You'll end up just like all the others.
What is the image that's right in the middle? It's not on screen now, typically, as
That's
I've
the
started
mayor's
talking.
daughter. I was told to look after her, but I failed miserably. Just look at her. She was a true beauty. Her skin nothing short of perfection.
Is it really? I thought it was going to say it was like something like Saved by the Bell or something.
She will turn into a zombie within the hour, like all the others.
There must be some way to stop it.
In a manner of speaking, there is. Either by putting a bullet through her brain, or by decapitating her completely. And to think that taxidermy used to...
Oh, they look quite clear there, actually. That's a
But
good
no
job.
longer. Please. I'd really like to be alone now.
Hello, Yoke. Just looking at the detail on the desk. See, like, you look at the portraits there along the top row, and like some of them are literally just pixels. And now they're completely eligible as portraits. They're really incredible. You see, you must have sourced that painting somehow, because there is surely there's no way the upscaler can take that few amount of pixels and make something that detailed. Jesus, that is incredible. How is that even possible?
Wait. Let me go. Easy,
I'll get
easy
a
there.
closer
I'm
look at
not
them in a minute,
zombie.
JC.
You're safe now. My name's Claire. What's yours? Sherry. Do you know where your parents are? They both work at
But surely the upscaler can only work
near
with
the
what
city
pixels
hall.
it has available.
The chemical plant? Then what are you doing?
This is what I mean. I just don't understand how it can extract detail out of so few pixels. Because aren't these backgrounds like super low quality, like 240 by 160 or something stupid like that?
I saw it. Much larger than any of those zombies. And it's coming after me.
What was that?
That's what I was telling you about. It's
And this is one of the reasons why
Sherry,
Resident Evil
wait.
3 just looks astonishing, because you already had reasonably, well, you know, a much higher resolution backgrounds to work with. Where's the really good angle of those statues? Yeah, you can. It's just like looking at the carpet texture and the, you know, design of the wood on the bottom of the walls here. It's crazy. I am in awe of the technology that you guys used. I just thinking like the possibilities outside of this game.
Chief?
How many things could you know, apply this technology to? I mean, you know, these backgrounds are clearer than I remember them being on a CRT. And you know, and I'm not just saying that. Which way? This way. I mean, from a, you know, like from a personal point of view, could you take something like the artwork of a Street Fighter Alpha game or a Street Fighter 3 and round out and smooth all those pixels off? I don't think there's much it would do with Dino Crisis 1 because that's all in full 3D, but yeah, Dino Crisis 2 is pre-rendered. Something like Parasite Eve would look amazing. And you know what, I dare say you could do quite a bit of work to Final Fantasy 7, 8 and 9. No liquor this time. If there is footage online, some people have ran Dino Crisis through the Beetle, is it Beetle? I want to see Beetle emulator that you can get through RetroArch, and it looks really impressive. I see I managed to get the patch working that Behind the Mask at RE Behind the Mask released for the Japanese version of the PC version of Resident Evil 1. It works really, really well. The character models look really impressive. Look at that. Bear with me, mate. I'll run back. Yeah, the PC version of Resident Evil 1 now, or Biohazard should I say, is running really well on PC thanks to the patch that chap's released. Yeah, so I don't know where this text comes from. This is one for Kayael. For reference, the original texture is just ineligible text. So yeah, certainly give that the patch for Biohazard 1 a go, guys. If you want to get a really nice working version of the game, the character models look wonderful. I'll share the link again on Twitter after the stream. It was Burger Kong or Kong Burger, yes. Hello, Beamy Mac. Oh, he's closer than I thought. Out of interest, Kyle, the really gorgeous shot of Raccoon City, if you finish EX Battle 3 difficulty, has that been upscaled? Because I would love that for a background. Oh, wicked. Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Sherry,
The image of Raccoon City at the end of EX Battle 3 is a really gorgeous shot of it in like sunset.
we've got to
It's
go
actually the
now.
image I use as
If
the
we stay
header
here, that
on the
monster
Twitch
will find
page.
us. Let's go. No, I won't. What's the matter? Don't you trust me? It's not that, Claire. It's because of my daddy. He's over there. I heard him call my name. Daddy must have been attacked by the monsters. I have to help him.
Wait, Sherry, don't go alone. Sherry! Sherry!
Classic Sherry. How many slips am I going to get today, guys? I think I didn't get any last time. See, like you just look at above where the watermark is there on the concrete. You look at just like the pixels. How does the upscaler create detail from that? And yet, look at that. It's just crazy. And yes, this is the Kayael. Behave, yoke. Behave. Come on, Sherry, you can do it. Ah, one at the end. I don't think it looks too bad, Kyle. I would say that looks spot on, actually. I mean, the water not being animated is no fault of the upscale process. More oversight from Capcom originally.
Claire, are you there?
Sherry, are you okay? Did you find your dad?
Yes, I'm okay. But I couldn't find him. But I did find something else for you. Here.
Thanks, sweetie. Now, why don't you come over here? I want you to stay with me.
Allison's voice acting in this scene is superb.
But don't worry, I'll find another way. I can take care of myself.
Wait, Sherry, come back. Sherry! Sherry!
Do you read me, Claire? We now have access to the back of the parking lot.
Got it.
I'm getting out of here and heading to the sewer. Can you meet me there?
I'm on my way.
I think we all do. As someone who doesn't think Ali Hillis did a bad job with Revelations 2, she still doesn't compare to how wonderful Allison is. That's cleaned up really well. That one. Oh, look at the floor. Because it even sorts out like the problems with the colours, you know, and the lack of colour depth. It just creates a nice blend. It just gives it much more richer, you know, levels. What? Come on then, guys. What is that meant to be? That poster? I can't even. Something boy. I don't know. I can't make out what it is. It's the original art. I don't know. It looks like it says Fireboy, but I have no idea. You see, I'm sure that, you know, the text looked a lot better on a CRT, but I never know. I've never bothered to take notice that it says magazine and shield at the top there. Just find it incredible we're still extracting details in these backgrounds. You know, over 20 years later. It's no disrespect to Remake 2, but I don't think we'll be scrutinising the details of that game in 20 years' time. Actually need to come in here at all, do I? Oh, I made a schoolboy error. Forgot to pick up my lighter. Go that way. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being back. Let's do some serious business. I hope I've planned this right. It is extremely special. And it's hard to believe that, you know, this already looks good and RE3 looks even more impressive. Ready? Ready for a party crasher? Yeah, when I was showing the guys all the EX files and the N64 exclusive costumes, this background was really ugly with the N64 emulation. It seemed to have a real problem displaying the wall texture, and it appeared really broken and distorted. But that looks fabulous. Probably actually jumps through the wall because his feet actually come off the ground. That's an interesting observation. What am I doing? I need to pick that up. Of course, I've made an error as well because I've left the bloody crank downstairs. Oh, so this has nearly been a year for you then, Kayael. I'm gonna need 2 slots if I want to bring the Tyrant film back. Sorry for the slight backtracking, guys, but I want that Tyrant photo. It's always really interesting to hear how these teams come together. We're nearly done with this precinct. I'm going the wrong way. Why am I going this way, guys? One nifty thing with Dolphin is you can actually speed up the game, so if I press and hold tab, you try controlling it. It's ridiculous. You try controlling that, it's absolutely bonkers. I won't be doing that very much. But you can use it to speed up door transitions. Like that. It nearly is, yeah. Oh, you can't. Kayael, people asked me last episode, and I honestly didn't take any notice. But did you guys fix the spelling error on dial on the SWAT truck? I meant to go back and check, but I haven't had a chance to yet. Oh man. Excellent, there's your answer, guys. I hope our reaction to I was going to say the elevator fix was a big moment on the stream the other night. That was. We were all just sort of anticipating it. Oh. Sorry, Claire. I did you wrong. Hello, Sonny. Nice for you to join us. How did you get on with Resident Evil 3 in the end? Because judging by I checked your Twitch account this morning, and judging by the length of the video, it looks like you finished it. Oh, cool. I am getting Claire unnecessarily injured, so I apologise, guys. I could have gone up the fire escape. I'm just not thinking properly. Hello, GT. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations on getting your proper Twitter account back, mate. Well done. GT, Sonny, Kayael, who's in the chat right now, answering any questions you've got. He is the guy who is responsible for doing all the HD textures in these seamless projects. This way. Let's say affiliated. GT. Let's say affiliated. In a distant way. So, Sonny, after seeing how good the FMVs were for Resident Evil 3, I downloaded the packs for both games and got it installed on this one. So they look substantially better. There is a stream. We're about to finish up in the precinct. What are you doing? Right, I'm just going to do one lap around the west wing, and then we'll finish up. I've got everything I need, so let's go. Kendo was explaining to me the other night about how if Twitch is busy, it doesn't allow the dynamic resolutions, so people with not so great PCs or whatever can watch the stream. I don't quite know how it works myself. Oh, what are you doing there? Nice work on the fire, by the way, Kayael. Is it just a simple upscale on the original effect, or has that been actually remastered? Look at that! Look at that! How glorious does that look? It's gloriously well done. If you guys are wondering why I'm using save states, it's just because I don't want to repeat of the Code Veronica podcast stream where we lost an hour's worth of progress. There is indeed. yeah. I mean, there's actually two people that you can't properly identify, but you assume one is like the original design for Edward Dewey. Yeah, he hasn't got any hair in that image though, isn't it? Kevin Dooley was one of the sort of remake editions. I think at that point they decided they were going to use Edward in a different way, so they came up with Edward. Sorry, they came up with Kevin Dooley. And all he gets to do in Zero is just throw one little salute, and that's it. Ready for a surprise, Mr. X? And the first person we see in the series, Rebecca throw a thumbs up to. Who wouldn't want a thumbs up from Rebecca? I need to actually rewatch the stage to see if she throws someone a thumbs up in there. It's only wrong if you think it wrong. There was no ill intent there, trust me. Alright, I see what you're saying, yeah. I remember you don't like the thumbs up from Rebecca's in Zero, do you? Right, nearly out the precinct.
Claire!
Sherry, you're okay.
I'm glad to see you're safe, Claire.
Chris gives her the thumbs up in the remake. I believe. Am I right in that? Tell me I'm right in that. Yeah, that's it. That's a really freaky piece of art. Because it was a 3D, because the painting is a 3D model anyway, it doesn't benefit over much from the upscale process. before I chuck the last piece in the far right of the image, then, who is that guy? Just there. For you Easter egg spotters amongst you. Just fucking yoke. Oh man. Oh. I can't get you guys the other angle. Look. I tell you what, you're popular tonight, yoke.
Claire!
I'm going down there. Stay here and wait for me, okay?
So you've made it this far. Not bad, girl. But I'm not letting anyone leave my town. Everyone's gonna die.
Calm down, Chief. What happened?
Shut up! You couldn't possibly understand what's happened. Those monsters from Umbrella have destroyed my beautiful town. How could they do that to me after everything I've done for them?
So it's true. You have been working with Umbrella. Then you must know about the G-Virus. What is it? Tell me!
The upscale process just brings out so much detail in the brick. Just look at the brickwork underneath the table there. Yeah, I just don't know. I'm genuinely amazed how it works. What is the actual program you guys use?
I'm sure you've already seen this little girl running around here somewhere. Sherry, isn't it? In case you haven't already figured it out. The monster that's been tearing my precinct apart is yet another product of the G-Virus. An ultimate bioweapon. Umbrella must be trying to cover its tracks. But if I have to go, I'm going to take you with me. What the?
Well, this is leftover Claire A dialogue, so I think he's talking about, he is referring to Birkin here. But look, there you go. There's a direct comparison. Look, there's no definition in that brickwork at all. It's just pixels. There you go. Super blurry. I'm just going to take 30 seconds from the PC, and then I'll be back. And I'll just as before I go, I'll hit the delete key and let the upscale do the talking. Guys, we are back. If you can, if Twitch will allow you, GT, try reducing the resolution a little bit to something more manageable, because we stream in 1080, so it's a bit of a bandwidth over. You tell me how the mesh works. So it just literally looks like lines of pixels, but then when you look at it, there's detail, exquisite amounts of detail in the meshwork. And for the first time ever, I'm sure, I know you can always see it, but I've never noticed you could actually see the bottom of this cavern. The roof of the cave looks amazing there. Oh, you cheating man. Your theory, Yoke, would make a lot more sense than it actually being an underground cavern. Everything about irons is better in this game. Absolutely everything. You get one of the... It probably is the closest look at a 3D model with this shot
You came back.
of Claire.
I can't believe the man who developed the G-virus is actually her father.
What's wrong, Claire?
It's nothing. But I think I found a way out of here. We should be able to find someplace safe if we can just make it out of town.
But
Don't worry, I'll put
Their
you
relationship in this version is so much more sincere
Make sure you
than
don't
Remake
leave my
2's.
side.
You actually do feel they've built like a mother-daughter bond by the end of the game. Please, Yoke. And that is one of the most gorgeous touches, isn't it? Let me actually let me unequip the rocket launcher. I just think that's such a nice touch. It's not very motherly. No. I mean, as anyone who's listened to the podcast will know, I swear far too much, and I do apologise for it on occasion for swearing way too much on the podcast. But I tend to don't enjoy it when it's in this series. With someone like Jack, it's fair enough. It's part of his character, but I didn't enjoy the amount of language in remake 2. In all honesty, I've always found part of the charm of the series is the fact that it doesn't throw bad language around a lot. I don't mind the odd one every now and then, of course. I mean, Arnold's "fuck it" in Outbreak File 2 is fine.
Come on, let's get out of here.
If anyone remembers when Revelations 2 came out, I actually did call out Revelations 2 for its language, but in the end, I would say mercifully Moira's actually quite well characterised, so it suits her somewhat. And the actual main game doesn't have... Once you get past the initial sort of chapter 1, the language in the game isn't too bad, although the fuck it right up the ass technology line in the final chapter is absolutely cringeworthy.
Sherry, where are you? Sherry!
She's a fucking... Oh god. I need to replay Revelations 2, I love that game. Valve handle. You all need to be at this point in the game saying to yourselves, valve handle, valve handle, valve handle. One of the best line deliveries in the series here as well. Right after that, someone tried to kill me. Ada ran after the sniper.
What happened? You're bleeding.
I ran into this woman who was in trouble. Her name's Ada. Right after that, someone tried to kill me. Nearly succeeded, too. Ada went after the sniper, but I'm worried about her. You gotta find her before something happens.
But you've been shot.
I'll be okay. It's Ada I'm worried about.
I love this little scene in Scenario Beat as well, because you didn't get to see this event as Leon, so this felt like a nice little surprise when you played as Claire. The sewer is upscaled incredibly well here. That you can actually see like the bloody details. Missed. Just want to take a... Yeah, just better look there. Oh, is he fucking poisoned me? No. See, the web's just come out amazingly well. It was always creepy when the spiders passed the camera like that.
Are you alright? What happened?
Get away from me. You just want my husband's G sample, don't you? But no one will take that away from me. No one.
I know remake Annette has her fans, but I
Then
much
you must
prefer
be
Annette
Annette.
in this, personally.
How did you?
We don't have time for that. Sherry is lost somewhere in the sewer system. I have to find her.
What? I told her to go to the police building. Why is she here? Now Sherry and the G sample are both in danger.
What did she mean by that? Does Sherry have the G sample?
GT! Oh dear. This, I think, has been one of the best upscale backgrounds as well, because the colour depth really hurt this background. It's just, I mean, just look at some of it. Like in this corner over here, it's just atrocious. The upscale, just done a great job of cleaning all that up. Almost looks like a painting at times, some of the backgrounds. We're nearly at everybody's favourite area though, which is of course the marshalling yard. Uh oh, we get stun locked. I can imagine even a simple upscale will do wonders with them though. I know there'll probably still be colour issues and things like that, but I can imagine that it will do them a world of good. So here's a good one to look at. The brickwork. Just look at the brickwork anywhere. Look at the bullet holes on the left, the brickwork in the water, and then when I press the delete key, just look how sharp it all looks. It's ridiculous. The brickwork in the water, it just looks insane. So a good example, Kayael was saying earlier that a lot of the reason why they had to revise the text in the game is because it just appears like melted and distorted. This panel here is a good example, I guess, of what it looks like. That's kind of what I imagine what upscaled text looks like. It kind of makes it sharp but still ineligible.
Sherry, you're okay. Sherry, did your mom give you something called G-virus? Either a vial or a test tube?
G-virus? I've never heard of anything like that before.
Are you absolutely sure? If you give it to me, I'll hold on to it for safekeeping.
I don't believe so, yo.
Anything. It's the truth.
That's what I mean, their relationship is so much sweeter in this. By the time you follow the gantry along with your eye, as you get to the shelving, just look how ineligible the grating looks and how the upscalers interpreted it and made it a workable texture. It's absolutely mental. Some of these backgrounds are near remake quality. So that you have to ask the question, what would the remake look like through the upscaler? Because the remake backgrounds are good enough, but they're you know, it's no secret that Zero HD looks better because they kept the assets for that game. That said, Sonny, you linked me to the work that's been done on the remakes, Aqua Ring and things like that, hasn't it? Haven't you? And that's a good project. I haven't got the lighter. I have got the lighter. I did bring it with me. Because you asked. There you go. Yeah, I mean, as anyone knows, you can pick the key up anyway. You don't need to reveal it. Yeah, Sonny, do you know if that mod you linked me to that improved some of the remake's backgrounds. Was that the same process as this? Oh, that's so unlucky. I will go and have a look, Yoke, don't worry. You linked me a while back to an upscale of the remake, that where some work had been done on the aqua ring and stuff like that, and it did look a lot better. I just was wondering if that was the same process as this. And Kayael, sorry if I missed your answer earlier if you'd mentioned it, but the fire effect is noticeably better. Did you guys remaster that, or is that just a benefit of the upscale? What's that? No, hang on. We've got to go the other way. Okay. I honestly don't know what's around this corner. So my guess is that they've restored the hole in the wall from the beta, like beta 2 or whatever. And they have. So, from what I understand, this was a background that featured in, I think it was that leaked beta 2, which was a very close to complete version of the game, but still had some backgrounds here. And if I hit delete, you'll see the original background, which has no hole in it whatsoever. So this is a really, really cool Easter egg that these guys have done. They've taken something from the beta and added it to the game. I imagine this is probably a hole where, like, the Spider-Man would have crawled out of, or something like that. I don't actually know the backstory behind this. I think there is a lot of mystery behind that hole. Unless anybody knows anything from Resident Evil 1.5 or something. Ah, cool. Yes, certainly it's the same. That explains why it looks so good. Then the aqua ring. Yoke. Oh, Yoke. You don't let up at all, do you? I think what's cool about stuff like this is it's that sort of storytelling through environmental detail. Like, yes, you can have that, and it's simply a dead end, or you can have. Wait for it. You can have that, and straight away there's a story to tell. Something has happened. Has something been pulled through that? Has something pushed its way through it? And it's that sort of environmental storytelling that Resident Evil did so well in the early years, and it has really, really lost its way. Though I would argue 7 brought some of it back. The marshalling yard.
Sherry, wait here. I'm going to check it out by myself.
Okay, I'll wait here, but hurry back.
It's one of the best tracks in the game. It's so atmospheric. Sunny, as I pointed out, it's all lost in the sort of, you know, missing colour depth, but in the upscale you really can see there is no zero doorway here. Although I actually think you were here, aren't you? You were here, aren't you, for that one? Yeah, it was JC Wesker who wasn't here. Yeah, JC, no zero doorway. Well, Sonny, there's your answer. And it remained. Outside of the 1969 thing, I have since revised my opinion on having Outbreak references and stuff like that, and I think personally for me this project, the reason why it works so well is the preservation of the original art. Yeah, I think it works well because for the most part it is unchanged, or if it is changed, it's done respectfully in keeping with the original design. Still one of the series' best ever scares. This is. Well, the thing is, as well, in Remake 2, it doesn't even matter. The whole reason why this moment works in this game is because it dawns on you that fucking hell, this is the same room. He's now in this room with me. Whereas in Remake 2, he's just in a corridor, like 3 corridors away, so it has no impact whatsoever. It's a completely wasted opportunity.
Okay, Sherry, let's go.
See, this is a gorgeous upscale. Just look at the train in itself. The pixelation that occurs in the the concrete columns and the girders on the the steelwork on the left. The moon itself. Just wait for it. And now, what is one of my personal favourite backgrounds of the entire series is this one. Because, like I said in Leon, when we did Leon A a couple of nights ago, I've seen this background 100 times, more than 100 times. But now we've got it in new definition. I just haven't quite realised how vast and open this marshalling yard is. Those mountains in the background, with the benefit of like the HD and the fact that the towers on the left stand out in the moonlight, really give it a sense of depth that I don't think pixel art ever gave it. I think it's a really staggeringly good background now. Did they, Kyle? I've never noticed that. I have never noticed that myself either, to be honest. God, I need to check that again. I have never noticed that. Yeah, there's a new GT. There's a new night shot in the well, it's not a night shot actually. It's still in daylight of the RPD against the sky, and it just looks amazing.
Claire? What was that?
Don't worry. Just wait here. I'll go and see what it was.
Right, you might have noticed I am running the spark shot because I don't know what the hell that weapon was they added in Remake 2, but it is not the spark shot. So we're going to use the real thing. Security panels updated. Here's one for you guys. It's terrible, JC. Listen to that. The spark shot, ladies and gentlemen.
okay. You keep it. I'm sure it'll keep you safe. Wait here for me, okay? I'm going back to look for your mom.
Thanks, Claire. Even though I'm an only child, neither of my parents ever spent much time with me because of their work. But now that you're with me, I finally have someone to rely upon.
Sherry.
Oh God, what is that from? Is that from Archives or something like that? That's where they just literally swapped out Biohazard with Resident Evil, isn't it? Just bear with me 30 seconds, guys. Ask Batman what he thinks about yeah, ask Batman what he thinks about Code Veronica. He'll always give you an honest answer. Ha. Yuck. Kayael, how does the upscale process work with the FMVs then? I did read it. I did obviously read on the website, but it essentially has to do each frame individually. So when we download the pack and it has some like 51,000 files, is that literally every frame? It's something like that. When you extract it into the RV2 folder, it's got an astonishing amount of files to unzip. So that's why it takes up literally so much memory. So could you theoretically then put the source next version through the same upscale process and then just simply import the images across to this, just replace them out? Would that work? I think the labs have certainly benefited from the most upscale work, because this is just simply incredible. From the texture on the floor to the railings, it's just amazing. For the FMVs, could you take the source next FMVs, run them through the upscaler, extract the same images, and just simply swap the the 51,000 frames out or whatever with those images, so the emulator picks and chooses those ones? So obviously you'd then get the full benefit of having the backgrounds of like this, but also the cinemas in a compatible. Ah, right. Oh, that's cool. But I've noticed they've been cropped, haven't they? Which would explain why in one shot I think I saw in the police guy you can just see a Japanese subtitle creep through. Can you not change? Sorry if this is on the website, but can you not change the aspect ratio then to actually feature the full frame? Ah, right. Okay, I'm with you. That makes sense then. That is why they look so good then. Because I was honestly thinking when I saw Sonny streaming Resident Evil 3 last night and he had the FMV pack, I thought, Jesus, that they look mightily impressive for an upscale. Yeah, from the the Resident Evil 3 ones look truly great. They look absolutely amazing. Not long, guys. Sorry, this has taken longer than I anticipated. Tonight, 2.5 hours. Not long. Not long. There it is, guys. You point it out if you can see it. Or is it once you've put the master key in? It must be. Oh yeah, 3-man gorillas. That's ridiculous. Hello, Nuclear Dingoes again. Nice to see you. We are kindly joined by Kayael, who is the HD texture person who worked on this project. So if you've got any questions or anything you'd like to throw at him, feel free to ask. I mean, this is one of the best angles. This one. You just have to look at the train itself, and then when you bring it round to the upscale, the fact that all the edges are smooth and it's crazy. But I think, in all honesty, one of the most impressive rooms is the main shaft. Because how detail in the meshwork in the walkway and things like that, and in the distance where the red door is over on the far left, how detail can be extracted from this, I just have no idea. It's just amazing. Kayael, I have to say, I don't think you quite realise how indebted the Resident Evil community is to your team and what they've done with these games. This work is truly staggering. You can barely even read the type P there. Again, just look at the detail upgrade on the door. I don't quite know where the Greek comes from, but it's in this room as well. So forgive me if I sound a little amateur, but I'm assuming that once you use the Epsilon gas, these backgrounds aren't duplicated with a green tint, or is this a green filter that's put over the game? That's cool then. So you didn't have to redo all these backgrounds. Detail on the plant for people, and again the gantry, the platform that Claire stands on. How can an upscaler collate detail from that? I just think, in all honesty, I just think it's the fact that it's that kind of thing, and the stonework and the brickwork that benefits the most from this project. For many years, and he might even still have it on his Skype profile, but Neptune had a Photoshop of DIJ whispering into Derek Simmons' ear as his profile photo. He may even still have it. I'll have to get him to try and share it. But I'm sure he had it as his Skype profile, and it's literally just like the official artwork of Derek Simmons with DIJ on his shoulder whispering in his ear. It was absolutely nonsensical. One of the best upscales. You guys did phenomenal work here. This room just looks like it's come alive. It looks so flat here when you see it as pixel, in all the pixels. But it just has a depth now that the original image never had. DIJ's fingerprint. Yeah. You're going to get to hear it in a few minutes. Because we are not far from wrapping this up. No, it's funny because I've talked about this with a few of the guys, and though it would be canonically correct in a sense to have a vent there, I do think it's really important that the original artwork's preserved. I think if you were to do something like add the vent, then you're going to get some people saying exactly the same thing that I've said about like the 1969 thing, and so, like I said, the beauty of this project is the preservation of the original art. And I mean, if this was Neptune, I don't know whether he's still in the chat. He would say, add everything. Just add everything. He loves the Star Wars special editions, for example. Well, Sonny, don't. Maybe, Kyle, you could do two versions. You could have. Maybe it could be an option on the menu at the beginning, where you could have original backgrounds, untainted and all that, by the nice little text tweaks and things like that, and the Nemesis window that can stay. And then you do like the Outbreak pack if people want it. But in answer to your question, the vent is just here. Just here. You guys don't ruin this for me. I'm trying to make this canonically correct. If there's going to be any work done, it wants to be in fitting with the canon. Don't do this to me, Sonny and James, please.
Annette!
Where's Sherry?
Yes, joke.
But I asked her, and she's never even heard of the G-Virus before.
Which room? Tell me. Sherry!
No! Annette!
The sample's inside the pendant Sherry's wearing.
And the other Outbreak edition would obviously be the panel, the second panel on the platform, train platform. A vent somewhere here. Can't think where it would be. It'd be like there, is it? Or something. I know. The thing is, though, if you're gonna go adding Outbreak stuff, then by rights you should add Zero stuff, whether people like it or not. This lab is part of Zero, and I know it shouldn't be, but it is. I know, Sonny. I know. I'm with you. Don't worry. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. But you can't do Outbreak and then do Zero. Whether we like it, oh god. Whether we look at this, it's talking about Zero's done this to me. Whether we like it or not, Zero does have its fans. Yeah, just add the door. But I'm definitely all for there being a version of this project which is, what is the original cut of the Star Wars trilogy to the special editions, upscaled and nicely tweaked to be relevant today, but without any sort of major changes. Ready? Are you ready for the music, guys? You could even put a hunter there. for it. Wait for it, sorry. Kayael, please do not listen to Yoke if he mentions Operation Raccoon City whatsoever. I don't know what he's thinking. No one make excuses for him. Yes, just here's a background that's going to have amazing increase in detail. It just speaks for itself, doesn't it? Phenomenal. I don't know, Johnny. I haven't got my barrier of Batman with me. Yeah, okay, prototype will do. So where did you get? So you literally took. Oh, you can actually see Vam there. Actually, yeah, I was gonna say. That's this is one of the better upgraded backgrounds. This is. Because I'm dallying in these rooms and I don't need to. I'd be all up for a project that actually removed the elevator door from. In fact, a mod that just simply removed the top floor from the magic elevator. That would work fine. No, believe me, I don't. This room looks really impressive.
The monster's after your pendant. Throw it to me. Now run, Sherry. As for you, come and get it. I've got what you want. Come on. Here. This is what you're looking for, right? Fine. Then go get it. Sucker.
Self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
It really does look good, doesn't it? This room looks amazing.
Sherry, where are you? Where is she?
Some series best music here. Nearly there.
Mom! Mom!
Sherry, you have to escape. I know I've been a terrible mother, but I still love you. Forgive me.
Mom!
Sherry, we have to go now.
Emotion absolutely on point there. I don't know how the fuck this happens on my streams, but we've just had a literally beautiful moment between Sherry and Annette there, and if it's not KFC, it's fucking Dallas. The soap Dallas. Why? Why does this happen to me? It still says Gorilla Stance. It's just a good job Mrs. Spencer's not here to see this. Oh wow, look at the train platform, look at the detail. the colour depth alone there looked
You wait
absolutely
here.
amazing.
I'll go and get this thing moving.
Why would you want to shoot JC? God, I tell you what, this train. How has it managed to? Yeah, I know the play on JR, but why would you want to shoot JC Wesker? What's he done? How can it interpret the item box in the background so well? We will take a look at the Galaxy 5000 and compare them, Kayael, since you've pointed it out. I'm pleased you've not gone with the Paul Anderson school of thought. You just renamed it. I do understand it. I know Dallas and who shot JR, that storyline, and I get the JC thing. I tell you, that train is upscaled exquisitely well. And again, the additional detail and resolution just gives the background so much more depth. So the railing now, you know, when you look at it, is actually properly in the distance. Huh, it always does. The red G really stands out now. Oh right, okay, I'm with you now. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Minutes until detonation.
The Tyrant's going to look very nice with the new fire effects. Ready? That'll never get old, will it? Ever. fucking this up. I know I've got the rocket launcher, but I'm just going to let it play out. I thought I was going to let it play out, but... Oh man. I'm going to get Ada at this rate.
Here, use this. Who are you? You lose, big guy.
Ooh, new explosion effects. I think they were. Come on, that scene is iconic. And I know I've banged on about this every time I've played this on stream, but that was the inspiration for my online username. Because honestly, what is cooler than a tyrant on fire? A fire tyrant. A fire tyrant. Just seeing if the umbrella logos are updated there. So, as Kayael's revealed to us, these are actually the Source Next FMVs, cropped for presentation in this.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
It's over.
No. I have to find my brother.
You're right. This is just the beginning.
My God has protected you. It will always be with you.
Claire.
Sherry.
I love Leon A. Claire B. I do love it. I know the canon is a mix, but
What was that?
I think Claire's final line is a perfect lead into Code Veronica as well, which we will hear tonight.
Biohazardous outbreak imminent. The emergency system has been activated. This train will detonate. Repeat, this train will detonate.
No! What's wrong with this thing?
I don't know. The door won't open.
Can I just say, Kyle, I don't know whose idea it was to have a toggle button, but it's absolutely genius to be able to see it side by side like that. A lot of the guys in the last stream were comparing it to the Halo remaster, so you can change between the remaster, yeah, the Halo 1 and 2 anniversary editions. Look at the train carriage. It's just ridiculous. Could walk over him. Yeah.
Warning, warning. The self-destruct system has been activated. Each train compartment will detonate sequentially. Repeat, each train compartment will detonate sequentially.
Leon, stop the train!
I can't. The door to the control room is locked.
What?
What is it?
Sherry, get back! That's what I call ugly. Claire! Where are you?
You don't give up, do you?
Sherry! What are you doing?
We have to stop the train, right? I can do it.
Sherry! Persistent, aren't you? Well, come and get it!
And she remains to be the hero now. Phoebe Mac.
The right switch.
What a character they made her to be.
Sherry!
Claire! Ah!
Can't hold on much longer.
Push the switch over there!
Got it!
Ugh. Finally.
Are you okay, Sherry?
I'm okay.
Where's Leon? Leon? Leon!
Right here.
Leon!
You're both safe. Just die. We've got to get out of here. Move it. Go! That was a close one. That was pretty impressive back there, Sherry.
It was nothing. I saw someone do that on TV once.
Come on. We've got to move out.
Now what's the problem? Is something following us?
Hey, we still have a job to do. Let's go.
Go? Oh, you can't mean.
Chris, I have to find you.
I'm just going to let this theme play out a second. Source next credits. BB Mac, no, it didn't. And I didn't, to be honest, I didn't even realise the GameCube version did. Because to my memory, even the Dreamcast version doesn't. There he is, Hideki Kamiya. What a hero. Hours 30. That art upscales really well. Looks really gorgeous. Oh dear. Well, there we have it, guys. Kayael, I just want to say a massive thank you for joining us tonight, but for more importantly, giving us this project in the first place. I think I speak for everybody when we're endlessly indebted to the work you and your team have done with this project. I know we've all got little issues with things here and there, but please don't take anything away from we mean no ill with anything like that. So I can't wait to see what you and your team have in store for the rest of the series, because this really does feel like you're just scratching the surface of the kind of work that can be done. So yeah, this has been a really special look at Resident Evil 2, and I know Sonny's already done Resident Evil 3 last night for you guys. We'll do it. I'll have a look at it as soon as I can as well. But thank you all for joining me last night, guys. It's been the last couple of episodes have been a real special one for me to actually see this game realised and upgraded in a way that I thought was long lost. I never ever thought we would get this game looking as good as it does now. So yeah, I really just want to take our time to say thank you very much. And until next time, I will leave you guys. Thank you very much. Thanks for sticking around. I know it's been a lot later than I've got 3 hours 15 on the clock now, and I know it's past midnight in the UK. So thanks for everyone who stuck by, and I'll transfer this over to YouTube straight away. Thanks very much, and I will see you all very soon. Kayael, thank you again so much for your question and answering, giving us insight into the project. It's you are blessing us with your time. Thank you very much. Good night.